Okay, so the first thing is to split these beets into small chunks so they boil faster. I'm just gonna split them into 12 pieces each. And I'm using gloves because, as we all know, beets are very, very colorful. This is ginger. I already peeled it, and we're gonna use ginger so it adds a little bit of spiciness and kind of a citrusy flavor to the soup. I like using it on big chunks, and we're gonna remove them before blending the soup. Okay, we have garlic. I'm gonna use about 4 garlic cloves. These are very big, and I'm just gonna smash them. We're gonna stir fry them a little bit before adding the beets, so you can even leave the skin on. I'm gonna put the garlic there, and I'm gonna use a tablespoon of olive oil to start stir fry the garlic. Just gonna leave it there for a few minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna be chopping some shallot. I'm not gonna use onion because flavor may be too strong. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of shallot to also stir fry along with the garlic. Just stir fry for a little bit. We don't want the oil to burn or the garlic to burn, so just a little bit until it becomes a little bit brown. We want the beet to be completely covered with water, just like this. I almost forgot to add the ginger, so I'm just gonna add the ginger and let it boil for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, this is Greek yogurt. I use this brand, I like it. It's whole milk, 4%. I have here like about 120 grams, and I'm gonna use a Ras El Hanout. It's a Moroccan spice.
The garlic powder, the cumin, the ground cinnamon, the turmeric, and we will miss into that is the nutmeg and the cardamom.
Yeah, and black pepper. If yogurt is too thick, you can always add a little bit of milk. I'm gonna use cashew milk to just make it a little bit easier to mix. Okay, this is more like the consistency I want for the yogurt dip. Easier to mix with the soup and you don't find like big lumps of yogurt. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic to the yogurt dip. So I'm just gonna grate it here. I'm also gonna add salt, like maybe 1 or 2 pinches of salt, and then the spices. This is half a teaspoon. A little bit more, and mixed again.
Okay, I believe that is ready.
Yeah, this is done.
Let's try. Can I try?
Buenísimo. This is really good.
Perfect. It's not missing anything.
Okay, so I'm just checking how these beets are doing, and I can easily pierce them with a knife. You see, they don't even stick. Okay, so these are ready to be blended. So we're gonna take them out of the heat. First, we're gonna fish for the ginger root. Right here, 1 piece. I have 4 of those. I'm gonna throw them away. They're gonna be very strong if we blend them with the soup. Now, with the ginger gone, we're gonna put the beet into a blender. And we're gonna save this water. We're gonna use some right now and some maybe a little bit later, but it's important to save the water. Okay, so I have all my beets here, and now I'm gonna start pouring a little bit of the liquid here, and I'm gonna blend a first round, see how it goes. Oops. The second round in the blender, the soup looks smoother, and I'm gonna pass it through this sieve to make it even more smoother. You just help it pushing it through the sieve, and you'll see the result. This is normal. When you pass it through the sieve, you just, with a spoon or a spatula, you just scrape the bottom. Now I want to emulsify this soup. Right now it's separated, it's very liquid. So I'm gonna add cold butter. I'm gonna put it directly into the soup, And you can do this again on your blender. I'm gonna use this hand blender. It's easier. You just put it there and start blending. The butter is being emulsified into the soup. As you can see, the color changes. The fat will aid with the flavor, and the texture of the soup is gonna be more richer, and it adds a lot of flavor. You can add olive oil if you want to as well instead of the butter. I'm gonna put more water, a little bit more, and I'm gonna keep blending until I get the consistency I want. Okay, the consistency is ready. That's how I want it. Now I'm gonna start seasoning it, because remember, we only put the garlic and the shallots. Now I'm gonna put salt, a little bit of salt, black pepper, okay, so now we are going for the boiled eggs. They are soft boiled eggs, and the trick is this. You gotta bring the water to a vigorous boil like this, and then add each egg at a time for 5 minutes. I like to do this because that way I'm guaranteeing the egg is not gonna break when I put it into the water. Very careful, I just insert it one by one. After the 5 minutes, I just created an ice bath, and I'm gonna take each egg and I'm gonna put it here to stop the cooking as soon as possible. I'm gonna crack the eggs. The way I do it, it's with a small spoon. I just start like cracking them everywhere. Very careful, they might be soft. Remember, they're not hard boiled but soft boiled. And then put them back in the water. With a stream of water like this, I start removing the shell, I'm sorry. And it comes off pretty easy. We have a soft boiled egg. This yolk is gonna be very runny, the way I like it. Use these microgreens that I have left in the fridge. They are not the freshest right now. I got them at Winter Garden Greens. You can find them online. And I'm gonna use them to plate. A ladle, and very careful because this thing really stains everything. I'm gonna start serving the soup. And here's the perfect soft boiled egg. Split it in half. It's runny. And place it into the soup. Very careful so it doesn't go straight to the bottom. And garnish it. I'm gonna use the microgreens just to garnish it a little bit. The Ras El Hanout yogurt dip. Just gonna put it here on the side. And just to be fancy, let's make a little shape here with the knife.